Any more MMA or just...
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you the real fight isn't happening in the ring, but in the bedroom? Because while the cameras were rolling at the BET Awards and fans were clapping for Claressa Shields, what nobody knew was that she had already dropped a bombshell backstage, and it was aimed directly at Remy Ma's heart. For ruthless, raw, life-altering words, "I'm having Pap's baby." That's not a rumor. That's a declaration. Now pause. Think about it. You've been with a man for 20 years. You built with him, held him down through jail time, rode for him through cheating whispers. And now, not only has he replaced you, but the woman standing in your spot is younger, richer, undefeated, and flaunting the fact that she's about to give him the one thing you tried so hard to give him: a legacy. We're not just talking about betrayal. We're talking symbolic warfare. A pregnancy designed to end your reign, humiliate your name, and plant new roots on top of your old ones. It started off like any other backstage moment. Cameras flashing, stylists fixing curls, people laughing fake for the press. But what nobody saw coming was the quiet war unfolding behind the scenes. Because Claressa Shields wasn't there just to celebrate. She was there to claim territory. And not just any territory. She came for Remy Ma's entire legacy. Not with a diss track. Not with a press conference. But with the most cutthroat chess move a woman could pull. Announcing to the world that she's ready to have Papoose's baby. And here's where it gets messy. This wasn't just some offhand comment. Claressa had been plotting this. In an interview days before the BET Awards, she casually mentioned wanting 2 more fights this year and then take time off to have a kid. Seemed innocent enough. Until you realize this was fight number 2. Meaning, the countdown was officially over. She's done swinging gloves. Now she's swinging intentions. And her intention? Get pregnant. Immediately. And guess who wasn't clapping at that announcement? Yeah, Remy Ma. Sources backstage say Remy was visibly shaken. Not screaming. Not throwing drinks. But the kind of shaken that only silence can scream. Because for Remy, this wasn't just another side chick scandal. This was spiritual warfare. See, Remy's been holding on to the image of Papoose, the loyal black love poster child, the man who waited 8 years while she did prison time. And now, that same man is being linked to a woman who's not just younger and richer, but unapologetically claiming him in front of everyone, with her uterus as the proof. Let's talk about the superstition. Claressa has always been vocal about not having sex 2 months before a fight. She said it's not about energy or distraction. It's about not entering the ring while possibly pregnant. That's her rule. And it makes sense. In her words, "Sometimes you don't even know you're pregnant. I need to be sure." But here's the gag. People close to her say this time, she wasn't just avoiding pregnancy before the fight. She was preparing for it after. Like, literally clearing the calendar. So when she stepped out of the ring on July 27th, she wasn't celebrating a win. She was celebrating freedom. Freedom to finally let Papoose plant that seed. And y'all, this ain't speculation. Word is she's already cut out all upcoming MMA appearances, canceled a public appearance in August, and told close friends she's finally ready to be a mom. Not a fighter. A mother. Now, let's be clear, Remy Ma isn't stupid. She sees the play. And she knows exactly what it means. Because when Claressa posted that cryptic IG story with the caption "Legacy, Lashes, and a little baby bottle emoji," that wasn't for the fans. That was for Remy. A woman who's battled infertility, endured trauma, and watched her family unravel in public. Claressa wasn't just throwing shade. She was throwing salt in a wound she knew was still bleeding. And this is why the BET Awards moment hurt so bad. Because Remy wasn't walking in there expecting to be blindsided. She had her hair done, her face beat, ready to pose with Pap, and shut down those affair rumors once and for all. But what she got instead was a reminder that in this war, she's no longer the one calling the shots. Let's break it down further. Papoose has been dead silent. No denials. No confirmations. No "stop lying on my name" type tweets. And for a man who built his reputation on loyalty, that silence is screaming complicity. Even worse, Behind the scenes, industry insiders say Pap is still managing Claressa's brand deals and even handled her latest NFT rollout under his company. Meaning not only is he spending time with her, he's getting money with her. And y'all know what happens when the money gets mixed with the mattress. Remy's people are reportedly urging her to step away quietly. No public feud. No IG rants. Just disappear gracefully. But Remy ain't built for that. She's a Bronx-born, mic-snatching, battle-tested woman who's had to claw her way through male-dominated spaces. And now, she's watching another woman live the dream she's sacrificed her prime for. The man she loved. The family she fought for. The power couple image she curated for decades. It's slipping right through her fingers, and the worst part? The world is cheering it on. Meanwhile, Claressa is doubling down. Her team is whispering that this pregnancy plan isn't just personal, it's symbolic. She wants the world to see that Remy's chapter is over. That she, a champion in and out the ring, is now the one building legacy with Pap. From posting gym selfies in his hoodies to captioning tweets with lyrics from Pap's old mixtapes, Claressa is playing this like a calculated PR rollout. One source even claimed she registered a baby name domain, one that suspiciously fuses her name with Pap's. We'll leave that where it is. And the fans? Oh, the fans are eating it up. Twitter's on fire with fake leaked DMs, fake belly bump photos, and even a fake podcast snippet where Remy allegedly says, "Let her have him. I'm done." Which, of course, she never said, but in the court of public opinion, facts don't matter. The narrative is moving, and it's moving against her. But here's where it gets cruel. Behind all the drama, there's a deeper, uglier truth. This isn't just about love. It's about power. Claressa doesn't just want Pap. She wants the win, the headline, the revenge, the permanent stamp that says, "You had him, but I kept him." And Remy? She knows it. That's why her silence hurts more than words. Because when you see a replacement grinning in your old seat, planning a baby with your old man, and turning your pain into her punchline, what can you say? And the truth is, Claressa doesn't care if it's messy. She's not scared of Remy. She's not scared of the backlash. She's not scared of public opinion. Why would she be? She's undefeated in the ring, and now she's aiming to be undefeated in love. Let's not sugarcoat this. Claressa Shields isn't just fighting for love. She's fighting for domination. And the deeper we dig, the clearer it becomes. This isn't some casual situationship or rebound fling. This is territorial warfare, and Claressa wants the world to know she's already won. After that BET Awards moment, things didn't simmer down, they escalated. While fans were debating the clip where Claressa allegedly whispered, "It's time," to Papoose during a commercial break, something much colder was happening behind the scenes. Remy Ma was erasing. Not responding. Not defending. Not even posting. Just disappearing. And when a woman like Remy goes quiet, that ain't peace. That's pain with no language left. But Claressa? She filled that silence like a master. Within 72 hours, she posted a cryptic tweet. "When God gives you what you prayed for, don't ask questions." And fans knew exactly what she meant. The likes flooded in. The blogs caught it. And suddenly, God wasn't just blessing her career, he was blessing her womb. Now here's where things turn icy. Papoose, who spent decades uplifting Remy as his queen, has been spotted multiple times in Detroit over the last few weeks. Claressa's home turf. No press. No photo ops. Just casual sightings at gyms, hotels, and even a baby store. A baby store. And while some say it could be coincidence, others say, come on. Ain't no man just browsing strollers if he ain't planning to push one. The betrayal goes deeper when you realize that Claressa's fight hiatus isn't just about rest, it's about timing. Sources close to her say she's been off birth control since early spring. That she's already consulted with a private OB/GYN. That she's been tracking ovulation like she's preparing for the Olympics of conception. In other words, she ain't just saying, "I want Pap's baby." She's engineering it. And what does Remy have to say? Nothing. But she doesn't have to. Her recent unfollow spree on Instagram tells the whole story. Gone, Papoose. Gone, mutual friends. Gone. A certain female boxing champion whose name she never tagged but always noticed. And fans spotted something even colder. Remy refollowed one person only, an anonymous quote page that posted, "You can't fight for someone who doesn't fight for you." Coincidence? Or calculated pain? Let's talk about Claressa's arrogance. Because it's not just about being bold, it's about being strategic. She's been slowly shifting her online image from athlete to icon. More glam shots, more wifey energy, more captions like "built for legacy," and "this love hits different when it's real." And while she never tags Pap directly, the innuendos are loud and calculated. She wants the public to connect the dots without her ever having to draw them. And y'all, people are connecting. Leaked DMs allegedly show Claressa talking about her plans to lock this in forever. She told one friend, "I waited long enough. It's my turn now. I'm not sharing." Another message says, "Remy had 20 years. I only need 9 months." Whether those messages are real or not doesn't matter. They're viral. And in 2025, perception is reality. Now let's get into Remy's silence, because that's the part nobody's really talking about. This is a woman who once dropped diss bars with fire in her eyes, who went bar for bar with Nicki Minaj in one of the most savage rap beefs in female hip-hop history. And now, she's muted. Not because she's scared, but because she's cornered. See, Remy can't clap back at Claressa the same way she did other women. Claressa ain't a rapper. She's a nationally decorated fighter. The gloves are real. The blows are real. And even Remy knows this ain't a battle she can win on lyrics alone. Plus, there's the elephant in the room, the age gap. Remy's pushing 45. Claressa's just 30. And fans are already weaponizing that. TikTok's mocking the OG versus young queen. Meme pages calling Remy Papoose's past and Claressa his future. The disrespect is loud. And Remy knows that if she claps back, she might just amplify the narrative. So instead, she's trying to play it classy. But behind closed doors, it's a storm. Sources close to the couple say Remy confronted Pap after the BET Awards, and it wasn't cute. Allegedly, she asked him directly if Claressa was pregnant. And his answer? That's not your business anymore. Phew. If that's true, that's not just a breakup. That's a detonation. And the damage doesn't stop there. Papoose's daughter from a previous relationship allegedly unfollowed Remy last week. Some say it's a glitch. Some say it's shade. But here's what we do know. Families don't just fall apart over rumors. They fall apart when people start choosing sides. And right now, it looks like Pap's whole world is shifting toward Claressa. Let's also not ignore the subtle ways Claressa keeps twisting the knife. Posting throwback photos in Pap's merch, wearing a chain he wore in a 2018 interview, dropping a selfie with a caption that read, "Been his piece, not his project." If you know, you know, and if you're Remy, you definitely know. And yet, Claressa doesn't see this as petty. She sees it as earned. In her mind, Remy had her chance. She fumbled. She let loyalty turn into entitlement. And now Claressa, undefeated, unbothered, and unfazed, is just securing her future. And if you think that's where it ends, think again. Because rumors are now circulating that Claressa's planning a full pregnancy announcement for the fall. Not a post, not a tweet, a cover story. Word on the street is she's already in talks with a major women's magazine, and she wants the announcement to be tied to her retirement from boxing. One door closes, another opens, and that baby will be the symbol. Meanwhile, Remy's team is struggling to control the narrative. They've reportedly asked Pap to go public with a statement denying the rumors. But Pap isn't playing along. Instead, he's being spotted out and about in places he was never seen without Remy. Solo dinners, nighttime studio sessions, and once, allegedly, at a Detroit poetry lounge with none other than Claressa seated right beside him. It's clear, the silence isn't denial. It's confirmation without commitment. And if you think Remy's friends are sitting quiet, Think again. A few close insiders have already started dropping breadcrumbs online. One tweeted, "It's always the ones you helped build that burn you down." Another posted, "You knew what it was when you walked in her gym." The subliminals are flying, but the truth? Still buried. And that's exactly how Claressa likes it. Because while Remy's circle crumbles and the public cheers her downfall, Claressa is sitting center stage, smiling, waiting for the right moment to claim the final blow. A baby, a ring, a legacy. But there's still one question everyone's afraid to ask. What if Pap doesn't stay loyal to Claressa either? Let's get one thing straight. Just because Claressa Shields thinks she's won doesn't mean the game is over. Because what if this whole thing, the love, the loyalty, the legacy, was never real to begin with? What if Papoose, the quiet kingpin of this drama, has been playing both sides all along? The man who stood silently while Remy crumbled, who whispered support into Claressa's ear, what if he's just selling both of them a dream? See, that's where the streets are buzzing now. Not just about Claressa's alleged pregnancy, but about Pap's real motives. And they're saying this ain't about love. This is about power, image, and control. Because when you peel back the filtered Instagram posts, the fake grins, and the subliminal shade, all that's left is a man who might just be using his position to climb back into relevance. Insiders have whispered that Papoose has been living off percentages of Claressa's brand, managing her deals, touching every dime. And while Remy once allowed that in marriage, Claressa, she's doing it in courtship. The man has no current career to speak of, no hit songs, no consistent appearances, just access to two powerful women and the public's nostalgia for loyalty. But behind closed doors, that loyalty might just be a mirage. A marketing gimmick he's mastered for over a decade. Even Remy's closest friends are starting to admit it. He always looked like the perfect husband, but perfect husbands don't trade legacies for clout. One even hinted that this might not be the first time Pap got emotionally involved with a woman he was managing. Only this time, it's just Messier, because Claressa is bold enough to brag about it. And Claressa? She's in too deep to see it clearly. Love struck. High off power. So focused on stealing Remy's crown that she forgot to look at who's actually wearing it. Because while she's planning baby names and magazine covers, Pap's been moving like a man with options. Quiet options. Dangerous options. Allegedly, a woman in Atlanta, another fighter, not as famous, but once signed under the same small brand as Claressa, came forward with claims that Pap had reached out to her back in early spring. Friendly check-ins, flirtatious emojis, late-night messages asking if she still got that fire. No confirmation yet, but screenshots are starting to circulate. If they're real, then Claressa's dream might just be Remy 2.0 in the making. And let's not ignore the psychology here. Papoose has always been drawn to powerful women. Artists, fighters, women in control. But instead of standing beside them, he somehow always ends up controlling their narratives. Think about it. Even during Remy's prison sentence, Pap positioned himself as her savior, the loyal husband, the perfect black love icon. But what if that image was never about love? What if it was just about being seen as needed? Now, Claressa is giving him a second chance to be that icon. But here's the difference. She's not institutionalized, she's not aging, and she's not hesitant. She's aggressive. She's viral. She's got millions of followers and global recognition. In short, she doesn't need him. And for a man like Pap, that could be the biggest threat of all. And that's where this gets dangerous. Because men like Pap, men who build identities off being the good guy, they don't survive in silence. If Claressa ever realizes the mirage, if she ever pulls the curtain back and sees the game, there's no telling what he'll do. This could turn from love triangle to career catastrophe. And Remy? She knows all of this. That's why she's gone quiet. That's why she's not clapping back. Because she's not just heartbroken. She's watching a pattern repeat. She knows the Pap she built isn't the Pap Claressa's dating. Or maybe he is, and that's the problem. But here's what Claressa doesn't see coming. This baby plan? This trophy pregnancy? It won't keep him. Because babies don't change men, they expose them. If Pap was drifting during his picture-perfect marriage, what makes Claressa think she can lock him down with a womb? Word on the street is she's planning to announce the pregnancy next month, on the anniversary of her first championship win. Symbolic, poetic, dangerous. Because if the news hits the fan and Remy finds out through a tabloid headline, it's not just going to be personal. It's going to be nuclear. And fans are already bracing for it. One viral tweet read, "Remy been quiet too long. When she finally speaks, somebody gone get torched." Another said, "This feels like Beyoncé dropping Lemonade." But if Solange was pregnant with Jay's baby, the drama is that deep, that layered, that tragic. But there's one final piece to all of this. Legacy. See, Claressa thinks she's securing legacy by having Pap's child. But what if the true legacy she's building is a mirror of Remy's pain? What if she's not escaping the cycle? She's becoming the next chapter in it. And Remy? She may be bruised, but she's not broken. In fact, there are whispers that she's working on a new documentary, telling her side of the story. Quietly, calmly. But when it drops, it'll be lethal. Because Remy doesn't do soft revenge. She does explosive clarity. And you know what makes that even colder? Pap allegedly signed off on the production back when they were still good. Meaning, she might have footage, texts, receipts. The kind that don't just end relationships, they burn reputations. So where does that leave us? In a mess. A chaotic, emotional, scandal-heavy mess. Claressa is sprinting toward a fantasy. Remy is holding in a storm. Pap is floating between loyalty and lust. And all of us? We're watching the collision course in slow motion. Maybe Claressa will get that baby. Maybe Remy will get her final word. Maybe Pap will finally face the truth about who he is without the image. But one thing's for sure. This isn't over. When Claressa Shields looked Remy Ma in the face, not literally, but through captions, through cameras, through calculated moves, and said, "I'm having Papoose's baby," it wasn't just a personal announcement. It was a line in the sand, a declaration of war, a dagger with a smile. This wasn't about love. This was about power, public humiliation, legacy theft. A younger, richer woman stepping over 20 years of history to plant her flag and say, "Mine now." But what Claressa doesn't realize is that Remy Ma doesn't die quietly. She survives. She strategizes. And when she finally strikes, it's never random. It's radioactive. And Pap, he might think he's running the playbook, that he's got two queens fighting for one king. But eventually both those queens are going to look up and realize he was never royalty to begin with. So if you're rooting for love, for revenge, or just for the tea, stay ready. Because this story is still unfolding, and somebody's about to be left with nothing but silence, screenshots, and shame. And when the baby comes, we'll see who's still standing then. This is Celebrity Press, where secrets explode before your eyes.